In this lesson, I want to show you how we can use sliding. So sliding is a great effect to add to your web pages where we can make the effect that it looks like different elements or different sections of your website are all sliding up and down. So the idea within this lesson is to slide up and down our entire wrapper section. So depending on which element is picked within the little menu there that we've created, then this is one that's going to open up and it's going to slide down. So when you're sliding down, it's the same thing as when you're fading it in. So you got to make sure that you're starting out with display none, and of course you can slide it up and remove that display none. So that would be starting with the slide up. So let's open this up, and first of all, in the last lesson we saw how we can update some of that content whenever it gets clicked. So now we're going to do it before we actually make our selection of that update our current object. So we're going to use this, and we're going to simply toggle the class. So we're going to toggle that red class, turning it on and off for the element as we click them. So all this is doing is this is making our current element toggling on and off there. So we're actually toggling the visibility. So I need to change that to toggle class so that we're not hiding them from view. So I'm toggling the classes there as I'm clicking them. And this will give us a better idea of which ones are currently visible and which ones are not. So let's open up our editor and add in the slide down function. So we're going to select it on the element or the container of wrapper. So this is all of our different sections, essentially most of our content that's being displayed on the web page. We're going to select out those children, EQA, so that we can select the corresponding section to the value of A here, and we're going to apply slide down. So it's going to display the matched elements with a sliding motion. So the same as what we saw earlier, we can specify it to slow if we want, and then we can have something happen upon completion as well. So you see we get this really kind of neat effect here where we can see the different sections sliding in. Actually, we don't see too much because we did the first one first, but if we did something like portfolio and then we did home, we see them sliding down and coming into view. So what we can do now is we can apply a toggle. So just like what we saw when we were looking at our other options for fading, we can also toggle that sliding effect. So we have the ability to slide that up and down, or we can specify if we're going up or down. So let's open up our editor and update this instead of slide toggle. So we also have the option to slide up. So I'll quickly show you that as well. So let's open that up, and now whenever I click this, and I just had to save that and refresh it, but now when I click it, we see we're getting that sliding up effect. And now ultimately what we want to do is actually toggle it, because we want to toggle it off and on, so we don't have to worry about what the starting position is. And again, depending on the case for adding in this sliding effect, you may or may not want to use toggle. So now I can actually toggle them up and down. So I can toggle the home, I can toggle about, and we see that it's got this sliding effect here. So whenever I'm adding them in, and portfolio probably is going to be a pretty good one. And we see that it's sliding up and down as we're clicking the corresponding list items. So these are some of the basic effects that we can create within jQuery, and we can also create customized effects as well. So this is where animate comes in, and animate is a super powerful way of updating your CSS properties via jQuery. So that's coming up in the next lesson.